clients, but they don't know the daily actions that they should be taking to do so. And I wanted to put together a quick training for you that will help you take that first step down that path. So I'm going to go through with you the things that I have taught thousands of people to do in my flagship program, Organic Client Attraction, the things that I do every single day. And these are the things that have been tested and perfected and are known to work. And one of the very first things that you want to do is you want to make sure that you are taking daily action. You see, one of the mistakes that a lot of people make is that they start on social media and they post for a couple of days and then they vanish for a week or more, only to come back and post for a few more days. What's happening is your audience is getting used to seeing you and then you disappear. And when you come back, they're used to seeing you again and then you disappear again, and that's providing a very inconsistent view of you as a business person. And if you're inconsistent in your ability to post on social media, you're probably going to be inconsistent in the way you deliver your services as well. So you're sending a very strong message just by how regularly you post on social media. So I would encourage you to take very small but daily actions, and just posting once a day for 4 or 5 days a week is all it takes. But commit to that process and make sure that you have consistency over time. Your clients or your prospects want to work with someone who is consistent over time, and that's you. And if you can demonstrate that with social media, you can demonstrate it with other parts of your business as well. Now, when you are posting on social media, you also want to make sure that you're posting to your optimized audience. So you should at all times be thinking about who your perfect audience is. What language do they use? What words do they say? What hashtags do they follow? What groups are they in? What books do they read? What movies do they watch? All of these characteristics are very important for you to understand, and optimizing your audience every day. This is a continual process. Optimizing your audience is going to pay huge dividends for you in the long run, because what we want to do is we always want to be present with our audience. We want to be using the same language that they use. We want to show our audience that they are one of us and we are one of them, and that by being engaged with that audience, we are the authority and the experts that they've been looking for to solve their problems. So always make sure that you're keeping a close eye on who your audience is, and optimizing exactly who you're posting your content to, because your audience is reading this. Whether they comment, like, love, or share, they're reading it, and they're going to step out of the shadows when you're using the language that they use. Part of using the language that they use is optimizing your presence online. Everything about you online should help your audience know that you are the sole source for the solutions that they're seeking. Now, your audience has a problem and you can solve it. And by being that sole source, your audience is going to step forward and come towards you. They're going to want to work with you. You're going to be seen as the authority and as the expert. And when you post consistently over time, you're going to be seen as more trustworthy. So optimizing your presence is going to be very important. And part of optimizing your presence is the language you use, it's the photos of you that you post, it's the things that you say, it's the memes you share or choose not to share, that's my preference, and it's all of the things that you do online that are getting that audience to see you more and more and more. And speaking of seeing you more and more and more, one of the things that we know from social media's own numbers is that less than 1% of your audience is ever going to see you unless you do the right things to become visible in front of that audience. So every day you should be working on increasing your visibility. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to post more than once a day. In fact, my recommendation in my program, Organic Client Attraction, is that you only post 5 times a week. You don't have to post over and over again. In fact, we have data that shows if you post more than once a day, your visibility is reduced by about 48%. And we don't want that. So increase your visibility by posting less. You'll increase your visibility by posting 4 or 5 times a week. That's really all you have to do. And try not to post more than once a day, all right? Consider your audience when you're posting, and always think about how frequently they want to see you, because what we want is a balance for visibility. We don't want people getting tired of us, and we don't want people getting fatigued of our message. So add value, Post infrequently, but post enough where you're consistent over time. And when you're posting, always make sure that you're creating the content that is going to convert the interested person into the prospect and the prospect into a client. So it's creating the content that's going to drive your business forward. Now, if you've ever seen any of my other videos, you know I am not a fan of posting stuff about yourself. It's self-serving, it brings energy inward, and what we're trying to do here is broadcast energy out. And when you broadcast energy out, you are like a beam of light that is illuminating a path for your prospects. So when you create content, it should be content that's going to convert people from being the passerby into someone who's interested, and someone who's interested into someone who wants to have a conversation. And then when you're having those conversations, those people are more likely to become clients for you. So you really need to be very specific with your content. Talk about the transformation. And talking about the transformation is something that all of your prospects are going to be able to embrace. When you talk about the transformation, you're talking about the things that they want to get out of working with you. That's what they get from engaging with you. That's what you should be talking about, because that's what they care about the most. You have to realize it's all about your prospects. It's not about you anymore. It's about what they can get from engaging with you. So when you talk about the transformation and when you make it all about your prospects, you're going to create content that more readily converts. And that is what's so very important. As you're creating this content, you should be highly inspired with what you're creating. I hope you can see it in me when I'm creating my content. I'm so inspired to share this with you. When you come from a place of inspiration, you are going to attract inspired people to work with you. And that's who we want to work with, because inspired people are more likely to become high quality clients, and they're more likely to get a great transformation from you. That's how you build a business. Now, as you're working with clients, you're going to have clients that are that have a great transformation, and they're very excited to share that with others. And that's so important. Every single day you should be cultivating your ability to let your clients tell your story. It's one thing to be able to share your own story, but when your clients do it on your behalf, that has a profound impact on other people who might want to work with you. When they see the results others have gotten, it's going to show them that they can get the same results. So always let your clients tell your story. And then finally, make sure you do everything with this tremendous sense of gratitude. Look, you're a coach, you're a consultant, entrepreneur, service provider. You've chosen this path. And you should be incredibly grateful that you have at your avail all of the resources that you need to grow this business and to wildly grow this business. And you should be incredibly grateful for the decisions that you've made. Every single thing that you do should be done with gratitude. So when you're posting, when you're communicating, when you're talking with your clients, no matter what you're doing, you should be incredibly have an incredible amount of gratitude for this opportunity that has been presented to you. Okay, so those are some daily habits that you can embrace. The more of those you do, the faster you're going to have success. If you found value in this video, I would love to know. Share below your comments or your questions, and I will answer any questions that I get, and I would love to see your comments on this. Give me a like, give me a love, and if you know of someone else that could find value in this, I would be so grateful to you if you shared it with them, because I want to help as many people as I can. All right, that's wrapping up this training for right now. If you have any questions at all, drop them below and I'll answer them. Or of course, you can always shoot me a direct message if you would like to learn how to take these strategies and bring them to an all new level. All right, we're done, we're wrapped up. You can get back to work. I know I'm going to get back to work. Thanks for spending some time with me today, and take